Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Shalom Pop Culture. Hopefully you're having a lovely morning, day, evening, wherever you guys are. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Justine Skye because her career to me is just quite fascinating. Like, for real, like all the connections she has and all the like fame and likes and stuff she gets on Instagram. But when it comes to the music, it's not the same. But there's a lot of stuff I've got to get into, so I am just gonna start. Oh, and before I start, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, or comment your favorite part of the video, and I'm gonna get right into it. So if you don't know who Justine Skye is, she is an American singer, songwriter, mainly known, I would say, how I found out about Justine was mainly from Tumblr and Pinterest, like back in the day when she had the purple hair, the purple like braids. Like purple was her color, I'm not even gonna lie, back in like 2014, 15. Okay, I'm gonna get started with her. I'm gonna go right through her discography. I'm not gonna go through everything because I will be here all day, because this girl's been doing music for the past like 10 years. Ooh, embarrassing. Embarrassing. Anyways, let's start off with Justine's first body of work in 2013. This was a really long time ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not know about this album until I started researching basic facts about her. And she has some features on this album. I've never listened to it, so I'm not gonna give my 2 cents. I haven't listened to it, but she has 2 features on this album with Giuseppe and Joey Badass and AZ if you're American, but I'm not. So I've never listened to it, so I'm not gonna say anything. And the reason why I probably haven't ever listened to this, because if we go back to 2013, there were people like Rihanna releasing music back to back. We had Miley Cyrus with the Bangs era. We had Justin Bieber, like with his era. We had Nicki Minaj. So like she was just overshadowed by people who were either bigger than her, who actually, you know, people who were bigger, just had a better catalogue and who just had personality. Because to me, Justine Skye is just a boring person, and I'm not trying to be mean, but she's like an unseasoned piece of chicken, and it makes sense why she's friends with Kendall and Hailey, because they're also really boring. Like Kendall Jenner's personality is like a graham cracker. She is generally boring. I've never been impressed by Kendall Jenner, but that's another topic. But yeah, Justine Skye is just very meh. Like she's a pretty girl, she's a pretty babe. Like she's really, really pretty, like very, really, really pretty. And I think she should sort of use that to her advantage. So she should tap into her modeling sort of like bag, because I think that's where she would thrive best. But I've never listened to these songs, so I don't want to give my 2 cents. But we do get to a better place for Justine in the music industry in 2014 when she released her most known and most popular single, Collide, featuring Tyga. And some people might be like, why was Tyga featuring with Justine Skye? And the reason why I think I sort of thought this pairing was a bit weird was because Tyga was quite seasoned in the game. Like he had already been in the rap game for some time. So for him to collaborate with someone like Justine Skye who's relatively new to the music scene, I was like, oh, okay. Originally I thought maybe he was just giving like a new artist like, you know, a chance to sort of get in the industry. But what I now think now is because back then, you know, Tyga had some money issues, some finance issues. I believe it was something to do with the properties and the cars he had. Like he wasn't paying like the bills and stuff like that, and he was getting into a lot of debt. So I think he just sort of said yes to this because like for a quick bag or something. Because if you remember like the King Kylie, like Kylie Jenner's era, like the King Kylie era where they were dating, Tyga and Kylie, he was literally buying Kylie Jenner like all these expensive gifts and all of this and that, but then he wasn't able to pay like his like properties and his cars. So I think he went to court for that, because it was just like, so you're not able to pay your properties and like all the rent bills and stuff like that, but you can buy your like underage girlfriend all these expensive gifts. It was a bit like and plus Justine and Kylie were friends at this time. And then in 2015 we have an album called Emotionally Unavailable, and I'm not gonna lie, Justine Skye, one tip I would have for her if she's listening, probably not, she needs to improve on her cover arts, because they are like so either really boring or they don't make any sense. I will put a picture up, but like it's not really giving. what is this giving? What's this giving? And again, I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, I listened to this entire album, like this is amazing, because no, I haven't, because like I said before, she's just really boring. Right, I'm gonna skip to Ultraviolet in her discography to 2018. And I'm just gonna say, this is another album. Like, damn, this girl's releasing a lot of albums and none of them are like doing anything. Okay, this album was released under Rock Nation Records, which I was surprised. She was actually signed with Rock Nation at this time. Wow, okay, I didn't know that. But this album, the song that stuck out to me was You Don't Know Me, because it had Wizkid on it, and Wizkid is obviously an Afrobeat artist. He's like pretty well known. Like when you say Wizkid, I'm pretty sure like everyone knows who that is. And yeah, he does, his bit is probably like the best bit about the entire song. Wizkid's bit is like the best bit about the song. If Wizkid wasn't on that song, I probably wouldn't have listened to that, but because I just saw his name, I was like, oh, let me listen. But apart from that, yeah, Wizkid's bit on that song is the best bit, the You Don't Know Me. So yeah, and then I sort of like the cover art. Yeah, I sort of like the cover art with like her purple hair. It sort of gives me nostalgia back to 2014, 2013. Really, in my opinion. Which is 2021 with her album Space and Time, because this was when the artist Timbaland, everyone knows who Timbaland is, he's worked with people like Justin Timberlake, I can't name them off the top of my head because it's really early in the morning when I'm filming this, but he's worked with so many artists. He's a legend in the game. He's a legend when it comes to beats. Nelly Furtado, like so many people. All of the early 2000s, 90s hits he's probably worked on. And you know, Justine Skye was doing covers in lockdown and they were going quite viral, and he saw that, so he asked her, do you want to work with me, because I have like my own studio in my house, and obviously who's going to say no to that, because Timbaland. So she said yes, and you know, they were writing songs, writing music together in his house, and she had a documentary about it, which I did watch before this video. And it's just sort of fascinating to me how she literally had Justin Timberlake and Timbaland supporting her, writing songs for her, and she still flopped. So like, what is it? Because and guess who was at the listening party? Haley and Justin. And you know what, I feel like, because I used to always be like, why doesn't Justine Skye send like a raw file of her songs, or like a song, to Justin Bieber so he can, I don't know, listen to it and give her constructive feedback? Because, you know, it's not like Justin does anything. All he does is prance around with Haley in his baggy tees and Crocs. So I think he has the time, like 2 minutes out of his day, to literally listen to a song, give feedback in a nice way, I guess. Like, he doesn't have to tell her it's absolute crap, but just be like, yeah, maybe do this, or write this, or do this. And that literally takes like 5 minutes of your day. So I don't really know why, like, she can't just be like, Justin, what do you think of this? Whatever. And it was just a bit, I thought it was a bit awkward in one of the bits I will put on the screen. He's at the listening party and he's just sort of like sitting there, like not really like engaged. I don't know what it is. He's just like soaking it in. I think he's just sort of there to support Haley, because Haley was probably like, yeah, you have to go, like you don't have a choice. But yeah, the songs, I have listened to the songs in this album, Space and Time. Before I get into the songs, the cover art, I'm a bit confused. If someone can explain to me what I'm guessing, I don't know, the cover art is a bit, anyways, if someone can explain to me what correlation that has with the album, that'd be great. But In My Bag was like her main single for the album, and I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a song I would hear like if I was in like H&M or like Primark, and I'd like hear it when I'm like getting changed or trying on clothes. That's like the type of music, like I feel like that's the type of music like Justine like makes, is like music you hear in like H&M and like Primark changing rooms. Respectfully. And she also had Rema on this album. So Timbaland was on 3 songs. Timbaland was on About Time, Intruded, he was on Hey Sucker. So 3 songs, and Justin Timberlake was on 1 song, and it still flopped. Like, Justin Timberlake, whatever you think about him present day, I know sometimes the stuff he does on stage is like cringy, like nowadays, but whatever you think about him, he is like an icon. Like, he's a legend. Like, come on. Like, everyone knows who Justin Timberlake is. Everyone knows some Justin Timberlake songs. Like, don't try and play with him. And she had Rema on the song Twisted Fantasy. I listened to it. And like Justine Skye's bit, I was like, okay, this isn't that bad, okay. And then like Rema's bit like ate her up. Like, he just ate her up. He ate her up like a little, he just ate her up. Same thing with Wizkid. I don't know what it is. Other artists that collaborate with her just eat her up. I don't know what it is. It's like she can't hold herself on her own song. And then there was a time, I think it was in 2022, where, you know, because she's best friends with like the mean girlies, Kendall and Hailey. That's the one thing I have with Hailey. Like, I don't know what it is. I just feel like she would like, if I saw her in public, like she would definitely just call me the N-word right to my face. Like, is it just me that gets those vibes? I know I'm not the only one that gets those vibes, but definitely, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'll be like Kendall, I'd expect to be like a tad bit racist, probably like a bit prejudiced, but then Hailey, I'd expect her just be like, you know what I mean, just to obliterate me in person. But anyways, there was a time when, I think, was it in 2022, when the Selena and Hailey drama was at its worst. Actually, it wasn't at its worst. It was nearly getting to there, but it wasn't as bad as it was that time. I think, was it like earlier this year? But Selena's fans slash just the general public found this snap of Justine basically just ripping into Selena. She didn't say Selena, but it was like, obviously it was about her, because she said along the lines of, oh, you have this makeup brand focusing on, it was just very petty and like wasn't very needed. It was giving like high school bully vibes, it was giving like middle school bully vibes, it wasn't really needed. And, you know, Justine was getting ripped to shreds. Selena's fan base, like, they were not gonna let this go. They were not gonna, they were like, it was like a dog with a bone. Like, to the point where Justine had to reply back, and she said that her Snapchat got hacked. Be for effing real. Who is gonna in 2022, 2023, who's going to hack into Justine Skye's Snapchat? No one cares about that. No one, we just admit it. I'd actually respect Justine Skye. I'd actually have more respect for her if she was just like, yeah, I wrote it, you know, and I just wasn't thinking or whatever. Or just be like, yeah, I wrote it. Instead of being like, oh, my account got hacked, or it got leaked out of my iCloud thingy majiggy. Just be like, yeah, I wrote it. And what? I'd actually respect her more if she just said, yeah, like, I don't. This is editing me, and just the way Justine rides for Hailey so much, like Hailey wouldn't call her a monkey or like the N-word to her face. There's nothing wrong with being loyal or having loyal friends. It's just like the way Justine goes about it. And I know for a fact, if something happened between Justine, Kendall, and Hailey, you know, they'll drop her and just replace her with like another black girlie who looks very similar, just like Kylie did with Jordan. Like, we've seen it again and again and again. Really like her, and I wrote it, boom. But she was making up excuses, being like, oh, that's not even the way I talk, like, you guys should know that I don't talk like that, and I would never say that about someone. But come on, like, who is gonna hack into your account? Like, let's be for effing real. Like, you're not, like, if we're all gonna be all the way 1000, like, it's, you know, I mean, you're not, you know, like, no one's gonna want to hack into your account. No one, like, you're not that relevant for someone to like want to hack into your account. You're not like Rihanna or like Beyonce or anything. Like, chill out, you know what I mean? Moving on to a better note with Justine Skye, finally. Oh my gosh, thought we wouldn't get here. Honestly, I just crack myself up with my jokes. I'm just, honestly, I'm a funny person. If we ever meet in person, you know, I'm jokes, okay. You know, as I said earlier in the video, Collide was her biggest song to date. It is her biggest song. And that was basically, since it did go viral on TikTok, what she did to capitalize, which is actually quite smart, and it's something that every artist is doing at this point. They release multiple versions of the same song. So what they do is they'll have the original song, then they might have like a remix with another artist, then they might have a sped up version, a slowed down version, and then they might have like different versions just to help it chart and just to help it sell a little bit more. It's something that every artist does. Like, they all do it nowadays. I'm pretty sure Tate Mcrae did that with Greedy. She had the normal version, the sped up version, and then she had like the slowed down version, the acoustic version. So it basically just helps it on the charts. And this Dark Side album is basically songs from her previous album, Space and Time, the one with the weird camera-y thing album cover, which makes no sense. It basically has the songs from that album. So she has the Intruded song with featuring Timbaland, the Twisted Fantasy with Rema, Innocent with Justin Timberlake, and then she has Collide. But what she did in this album to help it sell a bit more is Collide, she put 3 different versions of Collide. So she put a solo version out, so just by herself, because the original has Tyga with it. Then she put the original, so her and Tyga, and then she put a sped up version, like a sped up remix. Don't really know what that means, but yeah. So basically, if Collide wasn't on this album, I don't think it would have had really got the attention it did. And I think, you know, Justine Skye, whoever her team is or whoever the people around her, I think this album is probably like the best that they've done. So if she's gotten like a new team or like a new group of people around her, then clearly great. Because, you know, they got her on the Jimmy Fallon show, I believe, and she sang Collide, and it was, yeah, it was good. It was like a good performance, you know. I love seeing girlies just like standing there and singing, like not all the time it has to be dancing, dancing, dancing. Although I do love that, but if you know you can't dance and that's something you're not confident in, just don't make female artists do that, because it just, you just think you're embarrassing them on TV. Because otherwise we're gonna get a sweetie situation where she's clicking her toes on live television, and we don't want that for Justine Skye or any other artist. But to be honest, I think Collide is Justine's strongest song, vocally, lyric wise, just everything altogether. Production is like her strongest song in my opinion. And I'm not gonna lie, when that song comes on, I'm not like, oh, take it off. It's a decent song. It's a pretty good song, but that's the only song I'll ever really come to for Justine. The song where I fully like it completely. And fun fact, if you want to know, you probably don't really care. Collide finally went gold this year actually. So clap it up, guys. Clap it up. Do you know how bad that is? I know this sounds like a hate video, but I'm actually trying to give criticism, constructive feedback, but like that song was released in 2014 and we are in 2023 and it's only gone gold now. And to give you like a bigger picture, to go gold, you need to sell 500,000 copies. Like some artists literally do that within months. Some artists do that within like a year. I'm pretty sure Ice Spice went gold within like less than a year, like under a year. Like it's pretty, like you can go gold pretty easily if you have like the right stuff. But like Justine, I don't know. She needs a better team of people, and I understand that she is an independent artist, but that doesn't mean she's immune from having hits. That doesn't mean she's immune from making it, or you know, being a little bit more mainstream. And I do understand that she's got like, you know, like the short end of the stick, because she is like a dark skinned female who does mainly R&B, not really, I would say like more like R&B heavy pop music, and that's not really something that is done really, because when you see dark skinned women in the industry, it's either you do R&B or you do pop. There's not like a mixture of both, if that makes sense. For example, it's like, so you either have an R&B like Coco Jones, or you have like pop Normani. It's not like a bit of both, if that makes sense. So I understand that, but I just think she needs a better team of writers. I understand, I think she does write her songs, like she's credited on the songs, but she needs ghost writers. She needs just someone or something just to help her to write. I don't know, for me, Justine Skye's song was just too generic for me. Like I will have this, when I listen to her music, any song that isn't Collide and that song featuring Wizkid in it, I will have the straightest future face ever. Like I will, it doesn't make me feel anything. Maybe I'm just cold hearted. Maybe I just don't have feelings. Okay, but they just don't make me like feel anything. They're not really, but apart from Collide, they're not really boppy. They're not catchy. Like I don't know. Like some of them are like, oh, you know, they'll make you move a bit. They'll make me do like the Jay-Z thing, but it's like they're so like it won't. I won't add it to my playlist. It's not a song I'll add to my playlist. Like you know what I mean? It doesn't have enough catchy power for me to add it to my playlist and to be like, oh, you know, this is a fire song, or to me, for me to recommend it to a friend. For me to recommend a song to a friend, like it's a good song. You know, it's a fire song. Oh, and also another thing I want to touch on before I go and I leave. You know, her and Givian, I never know how to pronounce his name. Is it Givian or Givian? Can someone tell me in the comments? I never, if I say Givian, I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments, please. But I just find it funny how she was dating Givian for like 3-4 months, however long they were dating, wasn't that long. And he was able to get a Justin Bieber collab within like literally like that. Like he was able to get a Justin Bieber collab, and that collab ended up going viral and literally was nominated for like multiple Grammys, right? And it was very successful. Like you couldn't go 2021, 2022 without hearing Peaches. Like whether you like Justin Bieber or not, whatever your opinion is about him, like you could not go like that year without hearing that song. And you couldn't really go 2022 or so without hearing Heartbreak Anniversary. Like, come on. I just find it funny how he got a Justin Bieber collab so quickly. He really has his phone number in her phone, but you know, yeah, she has like never worked with him, been on a song with him, been credited for anything, like none of that. So I just I find it really funny. It's really, really funny. It makes me like giggle in the middle of the night. Like okay, I sound really mean. But that's all I have for you guys. If Justine, you're watching, probably not. You know, if you want to hire some ghostwriters, that'd be great. Also, you know, tap into the modeling side because you are a beautiful person. Like, you're stunning. You need to tap into modeling more, or like Instagram modeling or something, because if you keep going with the music, babe, it's not gonna work. And you know, your family and your friends might not tell you, but I'm gonna tell you because it's coming from a loving place. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, comment your favorite bit of the video. And that's all I have for you today. Shalom Pop Culture out.